Joining me now is NewsNation legal contributor Jesse Weber. Jesse, I just asked Brooke, was there any connection between the suspect and the woman that he killed? It just seems to be completely random. How much do you expect that to play into his defense, and what are you expecting to come out of today's arraignment?
Yeah, we might not get that answer today. Usually when an indictment is unsealed, it's pretty bare bones in New York. It's just what the charges he might be facing. We usually see more information if there is a probable cause statement or there's an affidavit, an arrest affidavit that's unsealed, and we get a little bit more information from investigators. We might not get that today. And in terms of the why, I mean, we all want to know a why, and for prosecutors, it definitely helps tell a story, but they don't necessarily need to establish a connection between a defendant and a victim in order to prove murder in the first degree or murder in the second degree or arson. And what I think everybody should be paying attention to is the different charges that he's going to be facing today. You know, murder in the first degree is the most serious offense we have in New York. And it seems to me the way they are charging him is that this was a murder committed during the course of a first or second degree arson. That is a very serious charge. And I believe three other counts or two other counts of second degree arson, second degree murder. So they're finding a number of different theories to find him guilty for this, what is truly a heinous and unspeakable crime, Nick.
So, Jesse, you know that they'll lay out those charges. You're not expecting to glean much from that unsealed indictment. But according to Immigration and Customs Enforcement, Zapeta was in the U.S. illegally and had been previously deported back in 2018. How will that, Jesse, factor into what happens in court and with this case?
I don't think it's going to play so much into his trial. I mean, it goes to a larger question of how did he get back in here? I think it's a larger political question. But in terms of the fact that, you know, he shouldn't have been here, I don't know if that necessarily goes to the case. You know, you can make the larger indictment about our immigration system, but I don't think it goes necessarily into how he's going to be prosecuted or how he's going to be defended. Look, in terms of a defense, based on what we know so far, Nick, this is a really uphill battle. You have surveillance, you have allegedly surveillance, eyewitnesses, the idea that he said he didn't know he was there because he was consuming alcohol. That's not a defense. Now, is there something about extreme emotional disturbance? You were in the midst of this kind of moment that could downplay a murder charge to manslaughter. I don't necessarily see it based on the facts right now. Insanity. Really tough to prove, really tough to defend. I mean, you have to suggest that he really didn't know what he was doing or didn't appreciate the wrongfulness of his actions. That's a really tough burden and why we don't see it successful in a number of cases.
And Jesse, that was definitely my next question because Brooke had alluded to that also in her piece, that defense attorneys were possibly seeking a psych evaluation of some kind to possibly set up for an insanity defense, but it's not as easy as they make it look on TV.
No, and look, that's what they should do. It's what they have the right to do, is to seek first of all, they have to see if he's competent to stand trial. That's different than the insanity defense. And if they determine that he's ultimately competent, then it moves into a mental health defense, which it's something they can explore. It doesn't mean that they're going to be able to actually put it forward at trial. The judge might not allow it. And even if the judge does allow it, might not be something that they can prove. I mean, this is a really sinister act. The evidence right now seems to be strong against him. But look, he's innocent until proven guilty, and the defense will maybe strike it. Well, what does this surveillance footage actually show? If he really did commit the crime, why would he just be waiting there and watching it? He has no connection to the victim here. There are ways to explore it. I'm not sure it'll necessarily be successful, but this is why you're seeing the government going so strong against him, because this is, I've never seen a crime so callous like this. And so, again, we don't know the connection between these two. And if there really is no connection, that just makes this even more chilling, Nick.
Agreed. Jesse Weber, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.